Hi guys, happy Friday. Welcome to the Design Exchange. I'm your host, Danny Russo, with the one and only Melinda, Peter, Elliot.
Hello, everybody, and happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday. Hope you have a drink in your hand because
iced tea.
Same. I could use a nice cup of coffee.
Oh, do you want me to go get you one? I'm recording from my office, my coffee shop.
No, but assistant, can I have my glasses over there? I have an assistant in the house today.
Yes, he's the assistant with the mostest.
Oh, I don't know about that.
That's funny.
So what's going on? What's new with you? We've been on hiatus. We had a very busy June, and we had to take some time off of recording.
Right.
Because we've been so, I don't know, we've both been overwhelmed with projects.
Slammed. Yeah, absolutely. And I keep getting them like daily. And so I know you are hiring. I just hired another designer. So
let's make this episode about how to hire the right person and when to hire. And I know we've already covered this topic, but I want to reach into it again. And I want to dig a little deeper this time.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Well, I have a funny story to share.
We both do, I think. And
oh my God. You go first. You go first.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if you are a designer and you're looking to hire somebody, make sure that you are getting their references, checking their references, and running background checks on them. And if you are running any kind of payroll software, I know you use something different, but I use ADP, and background checks are included in that. I'm guilty of not running that.
Yeah. Or checking. You think that references are weird because when I get people's references, I will look and see if I know the person, because usually it's like, oh, they're using that person as a reference, not a good reference. So I actually look really closely at these. I have tons of applications we can talk about too.
I have a file of them. But when you're hiring somebody, and I was just going through one of my executive manuals today, and I'm so guilty of not asking the right questions. And these people that are coming to work for both me and you hear the words interior design. And somehow that's been turned into what's the word I'm looking for? It's been turned into a word that exudes glamour and luxury.
Mm-hmm. No, yes.
There's nothing or glamorous about our jobs. Would you agree?
Other than the rooms that we create, the environments that we create are glamorous, and we make them come off like woo woo.
We make it look easy. We make it look easy and effortless.
Absolutely. But I tell people that all the time.
There's so much on the back end that people don't realize. They think, oh, I'm going to apply to be a designer and I'm going to work at this place.
Okay, so rule number 1, don't ever hire your friends. Amen. So Danny, let's talk about that. I can talk about not hiring your friends on my end of things, and then your side's funny. So I hired a friend of mine who was a babysitter of mine, and I found out that she wasn't. This was years and years and years ago. She had to take a leave of absence for the summer, and I found out she wasn't doing any of her reports. So I wanted monthly reports and quarterly reports and everything, and she wasn't doing those. I uncovered she was stashing like products and merchandise on a bottom shelf.
Oh, I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah. So, and then, it's always an uncomfortable situation when you actually hire the person that you love as in their kids. So that's another no-no, that you should never hire the people that work for you's like relatives. Children, moms, grandmas, don't ever do that, because if you have a problem with that one person and you are really close with them, and that person is probably going to be covering for the other person. And what we just discovered was one employee was covering for another employee, and the daughter is a totally different personality, and it's not what we thought she was, because her mom was covering for her. So
I haven't hired a friend in a while, but I've done it, and I've hired friends of friends.
Yeah, the friends of friends thing. Why don't you elaborate on that?
We're all about networking and stuff, and
taking the easy way out to hire.
Well, the path of least resistance. It's like, who's available now to do X amount of stuff, to do it when you want it done.
Right.
And I didn't have a bad time with the people that I've encountered. I would say my time with them was questionable, but there's this unrealistic expectation when they're seeing the numbers that you're throwing out to your clients, and the numbers that you're pulling in, and they have access to those. They end up thinking that they're entitled to more money. And I had an employee who thought we're in the middle of Ohio, by the way. So if anybody's listening to this from all over the country, the average wage in the state of Ohio is between $15 to $25 an hour. $20 an hour is on the high end. Our minimum wage is $8.80 an hour. So I had an employee that wanted 33 and some change an hour. Was she worth that? Absolutely not.
No, she was not. She was not an interior design trained. Yes.
She was a boomerang employee as well. So I try to take care of my employees and do what's best for them. Like, I'd rather pay them before I pay myself.
Yeah, so, same.
I mean, it's my fault for making that decision. But like I said, I use ADP for payroll services. And what comes with ADP, not that I'm promoting, they have nothing to do with this. They're not sponsoring us in any way, shape, or form. But they include, with their package that you do for payroll, they include background checks, they include ZipRecruiter, and they include a lot of things with it.
Yeah. So I'm using Gusto right now, and Gusto does the same type of thing. So yeah, a lot of good, your payroll service. And I can tell you, a lot of people don't use payroll service.
No, they don't. But you need to be paying yourself.
Oh my gosh.
Any which way you look at it, if you're a designer listening to this podcast, you need to have yourself on payroll and be paying yourself so that you can show income down the road. And I've had this conversation with many designers.
Yes.
They didn't take a draw from their company, or they weren't on payroll. But I didn't put myself on payroll or pay myself until I was about, I put myself on payroll in 2020. So I'll be celebrating 20 years of interior design next year. So next year's 2023. So it took me 18 years to get on my own payroll.
Yeah.
And what people don't realize is you have to pay into the taxes, you have to pay into Social Security and prove income. If you want to buy something on your own, you have to prove your income.
Yeah.
So if you're in LLC or whatever, you can't prove your income. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, no, I was going to say you're incorporated and I am not. So I take a draw. And for the longest time, I didn't think I could afford the $40 a month or $20 a month to do payroll service.
I didn't.
My mom would help me do all the reports.
Your mother helped me do the sales recently, and I'm so happy I learned how to do retail sales.
Yes. Yeah.
Karen, so the OG Karen taught Jamie Russo how to do retail sales tax.
So yeah, she taught me how to do payroll and how to do all the reports. And all the different things. And it was a lot of work. I mean, I would have to mark off on my calendar at the end of each month, a whole day for me to do this stuff. And
You're entitled to me in 5 minutes.
Oh, well, that was sales tax.
Sales tax. And then there's cat tax. And then there's the blah, blah, blah.
In Ohio, we have cat tax, commercial activity tax. And we have to report that on our own. But if you're doing Bureau Workman's Comp, if you're doing any kind of, the Workman's Comp, yep. And then you have unemployment, FUTA, FICA, you have Social Security withholding, and all of these reports have to be put in a certain way in the system. And I can't tell you how many times I screwed it up. And so then I had even more time trying to fix it and we were talking earlier, who has time for this shit? Oh, sorry. I don't have time for it. I don't have time. I have a bookkeeper now. I have a payroll service. Highly recommend it. I don't know why I waited so long. I really don't.
So when did you switch to you've been in design much longer? I don't say much longer, but you've been in design longer than I have. When
30.
Did you start with payroll services?
I probably started with them. I probably was like 5 years ago. Yeah, it hasn't been that long. I have not been on.
I started in 2022, and the reason I missed my flight was the day that I was setting up my payroll services, and I was on the phone with you, and I was leaving Texas after filming, and you were telling me some dramatic story, and I got lost going to the rental car place, and that's how I missed my first flight. But as you know how I travel, I mean,
right?
I show up to the airport 5 minutes before the flight takes off.
Yes. You were basically getting to the rental car service like a half an hour before. I'm like, you are not going to make it. Well, I got turned around. I don't know where I went.
I did get turned around. And then the woman was like, we're going to have to put you on standby. And she made it, this was in 2020. We were in the middle of the pandemic. She made it sound like I was like this evil person that missed my flight. We're going to have to put you on standby. Oh,
that's funny.
Okay. And then I get on the plane and there were literally 6 people on the plane. So I was like, okay.
That's hilarious.
That's when I started my payroll in 2020. And then I actually got audited just this year. I got audited by the Department of Jobs and Family Services. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, why am I getting audited? What did I do wrong? And I didn't do anything wrong. And I had explained to the person that was auditing me, I'm like, 2020 was a weird year. I don't even know who was working where or when was working. She's like, oh, I'll just change it to 2021. And I had everything compiled in ADP with my 1099s for my contractors. I had my W-2s, my W-3s, forms that I've never even heard of. And
941s, yeah.
941, 941 IT.
940, yeah.
And I actually feel very proud that I passed the audit.
Yes, good job. I know.
I was like, wait, really?
Yeah, that's a lot.
You're doing everything right. But she actually changed my audit year from 2020 to 2021.
Yeah.
Because do you remember what you were doing in 2020? We weren't doing anything.
I was sewing masks.
I was helping you sew masks. And my God, it seems so long ago. So it's very important to have a payroll service.
Yes.
And they're always trying to upsell you. All of these companies, I don't know about yours, but ADP, they want to make me an employee handbook. And
I know,
oh, we're going to make you an employee handbook. And then we're going to give you 4 months free. And then it's only going to be $100 every time you run payroll.
Oh, well.
Okay, so wait, I was running payroll every 2 weeks.
Oh my.
And then I only run payroll once a month. But my God, to have them do HR for $200 a month, and I'm like adding it up in my head, I'm like, no.
Well, I have my own handbook, my own employee handbook. And on the second page, they have to sign the bottom and return it to me, that they received it and they accepted it. But this goes through dress code. It goes through all of the bullshit that you like, drug-free workplace.
I'm doing drug testing. When I'm posting a job now, you have to have a valid driver's license, no DUIs, drug test, background check. I'm not effing around. I might be effing Russo. I like to have fun, but no more of this.
Yeah. Vacation, like Family and Medical Leave Act. I have bereavement leave. I have personal leave. Yeah, you do. Same-sex marriages.
Shut up.
I have it all. And then I even have
it the back. Do you have the pronouns in there? Because I like to be referred to as they.
They. Okay.
I am they.
Mr. They, them. Yes. No, I will give you a copy. You're going to want an email copy. So, okay. So how do you get applications, Danny?
So I have a funny story on ZipRecruiter. But in the past, I've gone to my local interior design college, which is the Columbus College of Art and Design, and I've posted for interns on there. And I've had a few come out of that program that worked very well. I had one that was, she was an interior design major, and I had her just work on accounting. And she actually found a bunch of stuff that other employees were doing. And she's like, what did you do at this place? What did you do at that place? And I'm like, I've never even heard of those places. What could I have possibly been doing? And she actually caught another employee that was using a company credit card to go to dinner and go out and do all these things that were like, not approved. And then that employee was taking the credit card bills out of the mail, and I was not seeing them.
Oh my gosh.
Now that was way back in, I want to say 2014, 2015. So I learned my lesson real quick on that one.
Yeah. And you don't give your employees a company credit card.
I mean, I give them, my employees have a company credit card, but I learned how to set a limit on it.
Yeah, so that's true.
Set the limit on the card.
That's true. So when you write something, I have used, the last time I was hiring for my gift shop. So I went on my personal Facebook page and I just said, I'm looking for help in the gift shop. If anybody is interested, give me an instant message. And I had a couple people refer, and I tell them that I want them to come in and fill out an actual application. And the reason I do that is because I want to see what their handwriting looks like.
Because if I realize, I judge resumes so bad. My last employee, my last employee, she was referred to me by a former employee, and I told her that I could tell that she made that resume that morning.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I look at how they write.
Handwriting is very important. The merchandising of your resume or your CV, that is extremely important.
So they have to come and pick up a blank application and fill it out. And so many people don't know how to handwrite anymore. Like they don't even know. Like I had someone call me and ask me like, so when I'm filling out this application, what is a grammar school? And I am laughing. I'm like, that is a really old application. But what
is grammar school? Is it a school for English?
Grammar school. Yeah, see? Grammar school.
Elementary school?
Yeah, it's your elementary school.
Okay.
Grammar school, really high school. You're very pink. Trade school, college. I really like to know what their special skills are, other than like just because you know what? Every time I go to hire somebody and I'm doing an interview, I always say, what do you like to do on all your free time when you have nothing to do? Let's say there's You don't know what to do. I haven't left you anything. What will you do? Oh, I love to clean. And they're lying. They are lying. I've always heard it called, they're puffing up for the interview. So you have to be aware that people are going to puff up for the interview. They're not going to really say what they do. And you really are not going to know what kind of employee you have until they work for you. So be prepared for this, and you give them a 30 or 60-day review. So I tell them, I'm like, well, we're going to give you a try.
30 days, 60 days, 90 days.
Yep. So 30 days, you'll know in the first week whether they're going to work out or not. So
yeah. And then
some
you find
people,
out after they quit, in their free time, they like to work on, I don't know how to word this in like terms that are acceptable for this podcast. They like to work the pole. They like to be from Chana is coming out.
I'm laughing so hard, but yeah, you don't know what they do on their side on their free time.
They're going to be a bartender now, and they're like, "Oh, I'm just going to be a bartender. I make more money doing that." Okay, is that the career path that you want to go down? And I mean, that's the quick, easy money. Work the pole, work the bar.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was young enough and had enough filler in my cheeks where I didn't have a dark spot, I mean, I would work the pole.
Well,
but unfortunately, I'm busy that day, and I have more decorum than that. So
I have a funny story. Hold on. So
we're holding for Melinda to get.
Okay, so this is a new product that it's called Elamir, and it's a strip, and it's like a Listerine strip that you put on your tongue.
The other day.
Yeah, so it's like focus, belly, and mellow mood. So I can tell everybody now that I am a stripper.
I can't even. I like wearing Crest White strips.
Yeah, you're a stripper too. We're both strippers.
Yeah. Go strippers.
Yes, that's right. This is my strip. And I put that on my tongue.
I saw you post that the other day. Is it like Xanax?
It's amazing. Yes, there's no CBD in it either. But yeah, this stuff is amazing. I stopped my husband. I was yelling. I thought I was going to yell at him the other day, and I didn't, because I was just mellow and just chilled out about it. And then Gavin, I had to take a couple for him. Gavin's 12. So anyway, and then these employees.
That happens with kids in my mind.
So I'm getting employees quitting on the spot.
You've had 3 quit in a week.
Yeah.
And this is not abnormal in this world. I've
it's really abnormal,
and it's called job hopping. Everybody's job hopping right now. I'm reading about it. They're always thinking the grass is greener on the other side.
Yeah.
And we went through this. It started in November of last year, went through December, and we were literally in a labor shortage, and people don't understand that.
And people were retiring left and right. There was this big mass exodus of retirees.
Yeah. So I mean, we're in a recession right now.
Oh yeah, 100%.
As of this podcast, today, I just heard when I was parking to get onto this podcast, the Fed raised the interest rates 0.75% today.
Oh, so, wow.
If that doesn't say recession, I don't know what does.
So I had a girl working in my gift shop. She's making $12 an hour. She quit to go to drive a half an hour away for a job that's paying her $14 an hour. She has to drive a half an hour to get to this place and drive home. And she's making $2 more an hour. And I'm like, that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. She's going to eat that up in gas prices.
Do you think if she would have came to you and told you that, would you have given her a raise of $2 more per hour?
Nope.
Rather than have her leave? I almost made a big mistake of giving somebody a raise.
No, I would have let her go. I was ready for her to go. Let's just put it that way.
And just so talk about turnover in our industry. People, I've had friends or I've had people say, oh my God, you have had so much turnover. You've had this person, you've had that person. And me and you talk daily. Yeah. And I think it was not even this past year. It was like before the recession, before the pandemic, it was like 2018. And you're like, I've gone through 20 people this year.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, and people are like judging me like, well, what's he doing that he can't keep his staff? What is that designer doing that they can't keep the staff?
Yeah,
we're not everybody's doing anything. Yeah, we're not doing anything wrong. It's just the people that are applying and the people that we need them to be consistent and do things. They're just not that. And nobody cares more about your business than you do. Like,
so I had a girl and she interviewed with me. We talked about what she should wear. She was excited. I said, can you start tomorrow? And she goes, oh yes, what time? So I told her 7:30 and she wanted to be a barista and she didn't even show up, not even for the first day. So we were like, well, that's weird. She was so excited about this job. So we called her and we were like, did you forget you were supposed to be here? And she goes, no, I decided I didn't want the job. But she didn't even bother to call me. I was like,
we've had that. We've had that.
Yeah.
But they've been saying we had it was called the Great Walkout of 2021. And that now we're over the hump in 2022.
Yeah.
And people are realizing the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
No.
You can go ahead and try, but you're not going to get very far.
Yeah, that's right. I try, I know you do too, Danny. I mean, I'm always buying my assistants. I'm always buying my staff lunch. Does anybody want lunch? And they sometimes pay me back and sometimes they don't. And whatever they want to do is fine. I don't do it every day, but if we have a staff meeting, I will buy lunch and I do that once a month. I'm always like giving them perks along the way, just because I appreciate so many
perks. They're spending time.
Oh,
I'm Danny fucking Russo.
That's right.
I'm a perk.
You are a perk. You are a pretty cute perk.
When it comes to work, I work like a worker.
Yeah, we both do.
And
people don't and you expect you gotta go, and it's time is money. I mean, let's face it. So if you aren't able to work fast, you aren't gonna make money. So I mean, we are rolling through jobs, and my brain is like. So it is important for my employees to be able to keep up with me too. I tell people I'm high energy. Know me.
Oh yeah. I'm all over the board. I have ADD. Yeah. I have gay DD. I have narcissistic personality disorder that's also malignant, and it's affected by my gay DD. I've been professionally diagnosed by a whole team of psychiatrists. But I mean, to be in this industry, you have to have a personality. If you don't have a personality, you're not going to be an interior designer.
Right. And people have to enjoy you as a person, and they have to.
You're selling yourself.
Yeah, and it's trust. Everything about it is trust too. Yeah. And if they can't trust you, they know you're going to get something great, but maybe they can't trust you. So, but anyway, your employees have to know that too. So when you're hiring people, they have to know they can trust you, that you're going to pay them on time. I did have a girl come to me today and she was like, you just hired 2 of my friends to work for you and they're getting $12 an hour and I'm getting 10. And I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I'm so embarrassed. I said, I'm going to go change that right now. I was like, I got to buy you something special. I said, I'm mortified. And so, but I was glad that she
good that she was
spoke up. Right. I know. I said, oh my gosh.
I have an open door policy or an open window or an open bottle of wine, whatever. Like, tell me what's going on.
Right. Right. Yes.
I mean, I've had I try to respect everybody, but when people don't respect you, like,
I know,
fuck the fuck off.
Exactly.
And,
exactly.
I'm so sick of trying to make people happy.
I know.
Like I've been working 12 to 14-hour days. I
have been too. It's exhausting. I'm exhausted. So, and you don't, because we have to, time is money, got to move. You don't have time to like sit and take care of the snowballs, as I put it, or the snowflakes in the world. Like I am like over the snowflakes. Like if you're going to be a snowflake,
we're not going down that direction. Change the topic right now.
Why?
I don't know. Snowflakes.
You said F word.
I know, but it's like
we all know what that is. They're pampered. They're.
Okay. We have about 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Tell us about what you're doing next. Because this podcast is coming out on Friday of this week, and Friday's just around the corner. So what's going on with Melinda Peters-Elliott? I heard she's going somewhere, and she has something unique to tell us about.
Okay, I have a conference called the Design Influencers Conference in Atlanta, Georgia. And
I'll be there as well.
I have a table, I have a booth. And I am going to have my me bag for sale. And there are special perks if you buy it at the show. I am so freaking excited. So, and Danny is you are my influencer. Danny's my influencer. And Elisa Constanza is coming and she's going to be my influencer. And you guys get to see this in person. And I am so freaking excited about it.
Tell them more about the me bag. What is the me bag?
The me bag is the perfect bag for any interior designer to take
or drapery designer
or a drapery person, landscape architect. Bartender. Anybody that has to take a lot of tools and things to a job site. So it holds everything in a very neat and organized way. That you have in your bag so you don't forget it. It stays in your car. It's very, very heavy duty and it is amazing.
It could stay in your car or you can also get the luggage roller with it.
That's right.
We'll tag it on here, but isn't the luggage roller like,
I need to buy
it's a heavy bag. It's a heavy bag.
Yeah, it is. But the luggage roller is key. And I should actually buy some of those and bring those to the show.
You definitely should. So we're going to post that in the conference or in the comments. We're going to tag it. But me and Melinda will be at the Design Influencers Conference happening in October.
August.
Happening in August. Happening in August, we will be at the Design Influencers Conference in Atlanta, Georgia. If you're a designer listening to this, come up and see us, say hi, get an autographed picture of me, and buy a me bag. And
you're funny.
Well, stand out.
Well, I was going to say, if this is after the Design Influencers Conference that you're listening to this, go to mebagpro.com and you can see what we're talking about. And yes. I have a Facebook page where I have people talking about what they've done with their me bag in video.
And follow TDX Podcast on Instagram. I'm Danny Russo on Instagram. Melinda's Fine Designs INT.
Yes.
On Instagram. We'll post all those.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you for joining us. It's been great. Happy Friday. Happy hiring. Hire smartly and hire wisely.
Yes.
And we can't.
And don't hire your friends.
Don't hire or cinnamon.
That's right.
We love your hair. We hope you win. And tune in next week for a brand new episode. And
happy stripping.
Yeah. I can't even. All right. We love your hair. We hope you win. Have a good Friday, guys.
Bye.